Tell me you like rubbing walls without telling me you like rubbing walls. Make it all nice and tidy so we can go and fuck it up again. The Bluetooth radiator. Fucking Bluetooth fuel system. Bluetooth fucking seats. Bit of Bluetooth wiring. Bluetooth windscreen. Fucking Bluetooth exhaust. Bluetooth guards, wheels. It's a hovercraft. Oh, rub it, daddy. Ready to edge up with some white. Fresh front bar. Oh my god, it's hot in the paint booth today. She's on full cook. There's something we actually do on the front and the back of the car. Is run an extended wheel stud. The front we run a spacer, so we need the extended wheel stud. At the back we don't run a spacer. Just run a bit, much more aggressive offset rim. But I actually run the longer wheel studs to get a lot more purchase on the wheel nuts. So rather than have the stud stop halfway through the wheel nut, actually gives me a lot more purchase and a lot more support, especially the back of the car. The way we throw this thing around with over 900 horsepower at the back, it's just it's a lot less chances of there being an issue with the wheel coming off. So that's something we do. So normally, the easiest way to do it is get an old wheel nut, flip it around backwards with a washer. Got the anti-seize on there. I've already just started to nip this up so that I could do it well video with one hand. Home. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, and she's good to go. Bit more. A little bit more.
What are you dodgy two doing?
Nothing. No gearbox jack? No problems. Old drift tyres. Don't worry about it.
And I see you've got your safety boots on.
Yeah.
Great work, guys. Great work.
We got it. We've got to cover the planet back. Watch this fella. Sorry, our last gearbox stand. Gearbox jack. We got the big fella. He's our gearbox jack tonight.
Fantastic.
Brought to you by Captain Morgan.
Captain Fantastic.
What did we just do?
Remove that out of the back of the crank with bread.
Okay, we are pulling some big hours trying to get this car done. We're just back at Aubrey Engineering this morning. It is Saturday on the weekend before hitec, and we have to have the car done by Wednesday morning for dyno tune. So we're just trying to make the new gearbox fit and get everything done. We were here last night. We had a problem with the concentric slave in the new clutch. Looks like they just hadn't quite machined it down far enough, and the thread just literally had no starting point. So we were here pretty late last night to get that fixed. Geordie came in and met us here so we could get it done. We got that sorted to find that the gearbox wouldn't quite go home 100%. Looked like there's just a problem with the needle rollers on the input shaft, on the spigot bearing, the back of the crank. We changed it out for the new one to find we had the same issue. So it looks like when the bearing was going into the holder for the starter motor relocation kit, the tolerances weren't quite right, and it was actually squeezing the bearing down too tight, and then the input shaft on the gearbox would only go about halfway into the bearing. So it's been across town now and dropped off the stuff to have the tail shaft made, now that we know the length that it needs to be. Back across from Aubrey to Wodonga, across the border, grab the parts I need, now back to Aubrey Engineering again with the bits we need to make it up a new carrier for the back of the crankshaft to take an off-the-shelf bearing, so if we have any future problems we can just buy a bearing off the shelf as opposed to having to get the parts we need out of Castlemaine Rod Shop. So that's where we're at the moment. Nath and one of his mates, I've just spaced on his name, is back at home working on a gearbox cross member and tunnel modifications to make that work. We got Matt out there at the moment. We should be out there to finish off the wrap, so we haven't even finished the wrap on the car or anything at the moment. Doesn't run yet. There's a message just popped up on the phone. Matt's on his way, so there's a lot to do, and it is going to be an absolute push. If it doesn't go good on the dyno on Wednesday, we will be out of time to make hitec. So stay tuned for that, because we're lacking sleep and there's not a lot happening. Geordie's trying to get his car ready as well, so there's a bit going on.